Hello everyone, I'm Elona Lorraine with Mohave Entertainment Magazine, Me Magazine, and you are watching Me Time. And here to share her Me Time with us is Mara Karsen from the Laughlin International Film Festival. Now we're going to be talking about the film festival, but first we'd like to know a little more about you and your background in the film industry.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me here. It's such an honor to be part of your first edition. I think that's just awesome. My background in film actually is a little bit sketchy because I've always loved independent film, loved it from the very get-go, and it's just not something I personally got into when I was younger. But luckily, a lot of people around me got into film, and so I got to always be part of that industry. And so through a very strange series of coincidences, we ended up putting together the Laughlin International Film Festival. And we're very excited about that because we're going into our fourth year, and Laughlin and the tri-state area obviously is very ripe for having a film festival. So again, my background in film is just, I love it. I'm a film enthusiast, so to speak.
I think sometimes that's all that it takes, is just a passion for it to make it happen. So about the festival, how did it all get started exactly?
Well, it's interesting. My son became a filmmaker. He went to film school, San Diego State, so that was part of getting me back involved in film. And I started going to a lot of film festivals, started helping them with their film productions and doing things like doing the food for their films, things like that. So I was pretty much interested in film festivals. I volunteered at quite a few of them. And at the same time, I had a friend, a partner, Dave Davidson, who was doing events in Laughlin. He started some car shows. He did a PT Cruiser river run that lasted 10 years. And so over those 10 years, we were in Laughlin and in the tri-state area quite a bit, and got to know a lot of the casino people, got to know how to put on events, got to know what a great area and what a great community it is. So based on that, when I started getting involved in film festivals, one day I said, gee, I wonder when Laughlin's Film Festival is. And I looked it up, and to my shock and amazement, Laughlin didn't have a film festival. So the two ideas of doing events in Laughlin and the passion for film just sort of collided, and we said this has got to happen. And that was now 5 years ago when the idea first came to be.
Awesome. So how long has the film festival been running then?
This will be our fourth year. We actually came up with the concept in 2010, but we ran into quite a few obstacles, and we just basically couldn't get it together for 2011, which would have been our first year. So 2012 was our first year, and now we're going into year number 4, and it's been getting better and bigger every year. So we're very excited, and we're hoping to make this continue forever.
Definitely. Hey, about the submissions, how does that all work, and how many submissions do you usually get?
Well, the first year being a first film festival, it's a little bit tough because you don't have a reputation and people don't really know, do they want to submit their films to you, or what's the festival going to be like? So it was pretty sketchy the first couple of years, but it's been coming up every year. And we take our submissions through without a box, which is the traditional way. This year we've also added Film Freeway. Film Freeway is another great way for people to submit, and then they can submit direct through our website as well. So our submissions this year are the best they've ever been. Now that we've established a bit of a reputation, it's starting to become easier, and people by word of mouth are really encouraging their filmmaker friends to submit. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. So if someone wants to submit right now, do you have a website?
Our website, our personal website is www.laughlinfilmfestival.com. So you can submit direct through that, or you can submit through Without a Box or Film Freeway, and both those links are on our website.
Okay. Now, the judging, how does that work?
Ah, yes, judging. It's very interesting. The first year, we basically got a group of filmmakers from San Diego State. We have an advisor from there. We just basically pulled together a group of judges. But what we've done since then is we've invited some of the filmmakers who were winners at Laughlin Film Festival to come back and judge. This year, the winner of last year's documentary, she'll be judging our documentaries and putting together a judging team for that. The same thing for one of our short film winners. We've got him looking at international film. So this year we've sort of spread it out a little more, and all the people that were very enthusiastic and are becoming part of our LIFT family are really helping out.
Oh, so, great. So,
and I get to watch all the films first. So
that's like
yeah.
That's like awesome. You get the first hand.
I get the first. Yep, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, cool. Are there any films that you won't accept?
No. Well, because our numbers for submissions weren't enormous, we didn't have as high of a rejection rate either, which is nice because you feel bad rejecting films. But we were really striving to pay attention to the quality of the films that we accept. So if a film is not up to par, unfortunately, we just do not accept it. And also, we've had some films that were where the subject matter just wasn't going to be able to be screened, and unfortunately we had to reject those. But if it's a quality film, we'll do anything we can to accept it. We really want to keep the bar up for the films.
Which is important to do,
yeah.
Now, about the youth, I know that you have been working with the youth. Is it just locally, or tell us about that?
Well, that's very exciting, and that for me personally is part of the payback, so to speak, for having the film festival. We're trying to really encourage young filmmakers, and so for all three of our film festivals, we did have a youth day where we designed a day where they could come out. We did a workshop specifically for them, had them come watch films, had them meet filmmakers, and that's really exciting because it gets them all enthused, and we can see how we inspire them. And this year, actually, we're having a youth workshop. I haven't quite put it together yet, but it'll actually be including a couple of local filmmakers from here, because we're trying to keep the interest, and young filmmakers that the youth can really identify with. And nowadays with technology, I mean, anyone can make a film. It's not like they're limited by not having the equipment. So we really want to encourage people to keep the art going.
Yeah, and especially in this area, there's not a lot for young people to do anyway.
Exactly.
So, and there is a hunger out there for.
Exactly, and we're trying to reach into the schools as much as possible. Our team has been growing, so it's getting a little easier, but it's always, we're limited by, resources, time, energy.
Yeah.
There's only so many of us, but as things move along, we're really hoping to reach into the schools and bring that more to the forefront.
Definitely. Let's talk about workshops and training. And I know that Laughlin Film Festival offers workshops.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Every year we've included 3 or 4 workshops, and the idea is to either have them be very inspirational or educational. The last year we veered more into educational. We had some really good audio workshops which were very well received. The year before we did one on marketing. We've done one on just how to take the idea and make it into a film, and the speakers have all been very inspiring, and that's part of the fun. It's hard to fit. You're trying to fit films into the festival. You're trying to fit social events into the festival, and you've got to have the workshops in there too. So it becomes a little bit of a juggling act to make sure everybody can get everything. But our workshops have been very well received. So we have not announced them yet for this year, but I believe we'll be doing another audio workshop, and whatever we put together will be well worth attending.
Awesome. Yeah, that's always needed, extra training. How about the future of the Laughlin International Film Festival? Where would you like that to go?
The future.
Yeah.
Well, of course we'd love to have everybody everywhere know about LIFT and say, oh yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of Laughlin International Film Festival. Obviously, everybody's heard of Sundance. Everybody's heard of a lot of the big ones. We would love that people would say, yeah, I heard that was really good, or I heard, somebody went there. And to make it bigger and more of maybe a citywide event, we definitely are going to always focus on keeping the eye on the films, the quality of the films, but we do a lot of social events and networking. And what we've seen so far is that a lot of the people that come, they make new friendships. They really want to come back, almost like a reunion. And that's what we strive for, is if people come back year after year, regardless of whether they have a film or not, it'll take on a life of its own. It already has, so it's been really good.
Mohave Entertainment Magazine definitely wants to be a part of that.
Yeah, and I think that's great, and that's one area we really want the community to embrace this more. And I'm not saying that they haven't. It's just getting the word out that a film festival is not just for filmmakers. It's not just for the networking. It's really to bring a whole range of great independent films to the area for people to enjoy that they normally wouldn't see. So we really want to make sure the community realizes this is for them as well as for the filmmakers.
That's right. That's right. We're so excited about the film festival and where it's going. And tell us more about what you offer at the film festival, as far as, like, do you have the award ceremonies and things like that?
Right. So aside from screening all the films, which show continuously for the 3 days, and then we have the opening night, of course, which is always the kickoff. But aside from that, we always have social events. So, for example, after opening night, we have an after party, which is a lot of fun. That's the first night, Thursday night. We then have things going on Friday night. In the past, we've done cosmic bowling over at the Riverside Casino. We've done some private parties in the suite. We have a filmmaker suite. And then Saturday night is the big highlight, because that is our awards ceremony. And what we've done, which we're very proud of, because not all film festivals do this, is we've really tried to make the awards ceremony a very social event. It's like a little mini Oscar ceremony. Everybody comes to the ballroom. We give out awards. We have a little bit of entertainment mixed in. It's a really fun event, and people seem to really like that. So that's great. And then Sunday morning we have a breakfast, which has a panel of filmmakers, and so everybody has their chance to sort of wrap up and say goodbye and have breakfast to some educational speakers on the panel, and that's always a lot of fun. And sadly, then everybody has to go home, but
I know, there's always
or most people have to go home. But we do continue showing films that entire Sunday for the community and for people who are still in town.
Okay, and now what is the date of the film festival this year?
October 15th through 18th.
Okay.
Will be the film festival.
And the first day is Thursday.
First day is Thursday. We haven't announced our opening night film yet.
Okay.
We kick off the festival at 3 o'clock. We open our filmmaker lounge, and then the film is at 7, followed by an after party at Casa Serrano. Casa Serrano over there by the Riverside. And so that some filmmakers can't make it in time for that, but it's a really nice event, and so we encourage the community to come out to that. Once we announce the opening night film, it should be pretty exciting, and we always try to make that a very family-friendly, general audience type film. So,
great.
So we should know that probably in a month.
To key on to the family-friendly, for those parents who have younger kids who do attend the film festivals, since it's hard to kind of judge what the ratings may be on each film you show, is there a way to let them know maybe ahead of time if there's maybe some content?
What we do for the short films is we put them all into blocks of appropriate subject matter. So, for example, if it's a very dark block of films, we'll have a disclaimer on there saying this is really not suitable. Or if it's a risque block of films. But we do have several blocks that are very family friendly. They're comedies or the love story blocks and all that. So we try to rate those at our schedule at the theater. And if there's any bad language, we usually try to just disclose that at the door too.
Right.
Because obviously we don't want to. I mean, it is a little difficult because independent films are not rated, so we have to sort of stick with our own rating system. But we try to do that. We are an international film festival, so we try to bring in international films, and that's been real exciting. We've brought people here from London, Austria, even Antarctica that had never been to Laughlin that came out because their film was in the festival. So we also feel that, we're doing a lot for the community in the sense that there's people coming here that normally would not have even known about Laughlin.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's exciting. So we're really trying to drum that part of it up because they seem to really have fun here.
So everyone come out, enjoy wonderful 3 days, 3 nights of fantastic films from great filmmakers, local and international. You're not going to regret any moment of it. It's a really great time.
Right. You'll see some films that will just amaze you at the talent out there. It's just awesome.
So, don't forget to come out and support the Laughlin International Film Festival this year. Date is October
15th through
to the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be playing at the Laughlin Stadium 9 theaters.
Yes, in the outlet center.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mara, for sharing your me time with us.
Well, thank you for having me. Like I say, it's an honor to be part of your first edition, and I wish you a lot of success. I think this is really needed in the area. So
definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much too for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching Me Time, where
it's all about me.